What's up, everyone? Whoa, doing a little something different today for a video. Since my injury, I've been kind of digging my brains into sewing net more. So, little sew net Hawaii. I think I'm gonna start doing some videos, uh, titled "Sew Net Hawaii," and I hope that can kind of others can jump on the train, cause I think culture-wise, we do gotta pass on this knowledge and whatnots. I don't know a whole lot about sewing net right now. I mean, I know just a few things, and I think even just the basics can take someone far away. So I want to help as much as I can. So just pass on whatever knowledge and experience that I do have. So for today's video, we're gonna do the basics of tying a knot. So I guess first off, you would need proper tools. Um, Basically you would need shuttles or needles. Okay, this is one style of a needle that you can get. Sorry, I'm doing this blurry background because my room's a mess. So, but you can buy these on Amazon or eBay or whatever online. Come in different sizes. Where's or you could always get some Hawaiian style. Um, some people prefer different material, bamboo, shuttles, needles, or whatever. These have been working just fine for me. You can buy the whole set for like a couple of bucks, I believe. Second, you will need um, cards or thumb boards, or people call them different things. Um, and a lot of people make them out of basic things too, like old credit cards or bank cards, my cut cards, whatever you can. But basically, whatever you want your eye size to be, your card, your board, whatever it's gonna be, whether it's acrylic, plexiglass, or wood, or whatever's. I myself have a aluminum one here. I made this one. I like it. You can make different lengths or whatever you want, whatever's comfortable for you. So again, the size of your card will be half of your eye. So if you're doing a 2-inch eye, you want a 1 inch card, or this is a 1 1/4, which gives me a 2.5-inch eye, and so on and so forth. And different lines, right? So a lot of people prefer different types of lines. I myself right now am using, a lot of you probably seen this brand at like Walmart, Hurricane. I've used Trilene before, and I like the way Trilene locks knots, but it's on the little stretchier side, so that could mess you up a little, but whatever. You're gonna have to just try different things and see what you like. Even down to the basics like Danielson and Andy, stuff like that. They all work fine. Your common line size. I don't know if there's really a common line size, because it depends what you're fishing for. If you're basically only going for small games, say like a hole, whoa, stuff like that, the smaller sized fish, you could get away with like 15-pound test. That does give you more tendency to break line and whatnot when you try to untangle your lines. But basically you go like 20 pound to like 40 pound, up to 40 pounds. Some people do even like 50 pound for big eyes, heavy duty. They're straight up only going for like big colors, uhus and stuff like that. So choose your line wisely. If you're gonna keep sewing, you'll likely eventually end up with several different nets. Anyway, so you can pick and choose as you need to for whatever you're sewing for. But basically, I would say go with at least like 25-pound test. Okay. And again, we'll just go back to the basics and just start with tying knots. All right. So this is net I'm already working on, but I'm not gonna explain everything else right now because we're just doing an episode for the knots. Right? Okay. So there's different ways people will do. I found this to work for me. Now you're gonna hear people talk about half hitches and whatnot. So I'm gonna just break it down into like layman's terms so you understand what I'm saying versus trying to get all terminologies right. Okay, so you pick up the next eye, you're gonna tie a knot here. I like to go here between the two, lock this down, and then go around the two. Lock that down. Okay, this works for me. See, I'm pulling. No slipping. Okay, but people will also do, and this can vary because of the type of line you use. Some lines don't lock as well. Some will slip a lot easier. Okay, but basically, what I'm doing here is I'm creating this like a stopper right here with this first knot. Okay, see that? What the purpose of this is to prevent this knot from slipping under this V here. Okay, so if you guys know, every eye is a diamond, right? So say like right here, this is the bottom where your knot would be. I guess I can kind of I'll mess this one up on purpose. So what happens is you don't want your knot to end up under this V here, right? So you don't want the knot under here. I'm gonna show you right now. So what a lot of people, they'll do around the 2 first, and you're doing is what's called a sheet bend. But look what happened here. See how my knot ended up under? You don't want this, because what this creates is just a loop. Now this can slip. So this eye will slip now. See, now I don't know if I can even fucking fix this. I'm gonna have a messed up eye in my net. That's why I like to tie the single first, because it creates a knot that prevents this from slipping under the V. Okay. Let me see if I can back this out. Shit. Made a sacrifice, man. Oh, shit. Alright, so I'm gonna try to show you with this rope here. Okay, so say this is the next eye you're picking up. You'd have your board, right? You'd come up from behind, pick up your eye, and then you would end up like this. It's gonna be hard because I don't have tension on it, but I kind of want to show you guys what I mean about the knot dropping below this V. Okay, so when you come up and you do this, the biggest mistake people do is they do this, but they end up with a knot under this V. What happens here? This And this is what happens, right? This can slip. That's how your your knots end up slipping. Okay. So the reason why I do the single first is because this is like this. When I come up and I pick up my eye, and then it's like this, right? Okay. I come around and do the between first. Okay, you gotta give me a break here because this doesn't have tension on it. But what this does is it creates this knot here. See it? It's not gonna drop below the V. It can't. It really can't. Because no matter what, it's up there. You see what I mean? Then I come back around the 2. Now watch it. This is a sheet bend. But watch what happens. It gets stuck there. You can't get it below the V. Look, I'm pulling this thing. It's not slipping. Okay? This is your eye. Don't mind here. Don't mind this. Think of this as your eye, but there would be two knots here, yeah. Watch. No slipping. No slipping. Okay. So there you have it. My first little video on sewing net. And I know I'm not explaining everything just yet, but just the basics of tying your knots, I think, because if you can't get the knot to work for you, there's no point of even like trying to start an actual net. What you can do to practice these knots is just tie loops. Just make loops and then just tie up on it, you know, and then practice these knots. And figure out what's going to work for you and what line you're using, what's going to work for that line. I believe Andy and Danielson has always been pretty much a go-to for the basics because they're super knot friendly. Again, not NOT, but KNOT, knot, tying knots friendly. They'll lock on, you know what I mean? Like once you tie a knot and those things, like, you're not getting it out. So they have less chance of slippage. But I think basically if you get that style, you know, just the tying of the knot, the way you should do it, the sheet bend, the half hitch, then the sheet bend, or whatever you're doing. Once you get that down, that's kind of the key, I believe, because if the knot is done in a specific way, it's supposed to lock everything in to prevent it from being able to slip. So again, I'm still learning myself, but like I said, I've kind of experimented enough. The net I'm working on right now is like the second time I'm working on the net. I trashed my first one actually, which it was actually going okay. I could have kept going with it, but I decided not to, and I said screw it. I've been doing more of the researching on the math side of trying to figure out how like the numbers behind this thing. And basically what I'm doing is just copying a net that I have. I counted all the eyes and counted how much rows down and what knots where the pumanas was. If you don't know what a pumana is, it's pretty much a widener. So in English terms, it's a widener, and we'll get to that in another video. But basically, I'm just gonna tell you right now, just get the knots down where if your knot's not slipping, then you could probably start on that. So get all that. I can make these videos pretty often, so I'll probably maybe in a couple more days I'll shoot the next video to maybe talk about starting on the net, or maybe the pumanas, because that's gonna be the next biggest question I think for most people, is like, where do I put pumanas? How do I tie a pumana? But I think tying the pumana is probably the bigger thing, so we'll go to that next. But any questions, just drop a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Shoot.